Hello students. Today we are going to start our chapter number 10 of EVS class 5th, and the name of the chapter is Walls Tells Stories. In this chapter we will discuss about Golconda Fort. So before getting into the chapter, let's go through a brief description about Golconda Fort. Basically, Golconda Fort is situated in Hyderabad, the capital of Telangana, and it is known as the Mud Fort, and it is built on the hilltop in the year 1143, and it is originally known as Mankal. So now heading towards the chapter, I would like to ask you all open the page number 87 of your textbook and let's start the chapter. Reached Golconda. At last we reached Golconda. We were glad that Didi was with us. Didi studies history and we were enjoying visiting different places with her. Now here the children are discussing, right? They have finally reached the fort, that is Golconda Fort, which is basically situated in Hyderabad, and their elder sister, we call Didi in Hindi. Now she is the student of history. Now what is history? The study of past is called history. Now she is the student of history. Now she is giving them the knowledge about the fort. So now Shelja, my goodness, this fort is so huge. Now she is completely screaming. She is saying that the fort is so huge, means that fort is so big. Sridhar, and see at what a height it is built. जो Sridhar है now, they were screamed by seeing that fort. Now they are saying that how huge and how big this fort is. Kalyani, just look. Have you ever seen such a huge gate? And the gates of that fort is too big and too huge and too heavy. Selja, it must be very heavy. I wonder how many peoples would be needed to open and close this gate. Now Shelja is saying that this gate would be very heavy. काफ़ी हैवी होगा गेट, काफ़ी लोग इसे ओपन और क्लोज करने के लिए हेल्प होंगे, राइट? नाउ कल्याणी, look at this sharp iron spokes. I wonder why they were made. Now the spokes are basically the rim and the rods which are used in the wheels. Now she is again shocked by seeing that iron spoke, that how they would have made, right? Shelja, look at this thick walls too, and the walls of that fort is very thick. काफी मोटी दीवारें थी उस fort की, right? Sridhar, I have never seen such thick walls. Now he is saying that he have never seen that thick wall in his life. Kalyani, at some places a part of the wall comes in the round shape. I wonder why. Now the top part of that wall, there is a round shape at the top part of the wall, and now she is again shocked by seeing that top part of the wall. That what is this? Now Didi, these are called bastions. Now as she is the student of history, she was aware of it that it is called bastions. In Hindi we call it burj. So bastions, these are even higher than the walls. ये wall से भी काफी higher है. The outer wall of this fort has 87 bastions. जो outermost part है fort का, उसकी जो walls हैं उसमें total 87 bastions हैं गोलकोंडा fort में. This thick walls, a huge gate and so many bastions, so many ways to ensure security. Now the fort is completely filled with the huge gates which are very heavy to pull and push, and even bastions. There are total 87 number of bastions in the fort, and the main purpose of this bastions and the gate is to ensure security. So let's get into the next page, that is page number 88. Let's discuss some questions. Why were bastions made in the fort wall? जो bastions से जो बुर्ज है वो क्यों बनाए थे किले में? As you can see in the picture as well, bastions. Why? So they were made to ensure security and proper better safety, and for a careful watch, vigilance के लिए वो bastions बनाया गया था fort में. Why were big holes made in them? why the holes were made in the bastion, as you can see in the picture, holes are there. Why? To view a large area, क्योंकि जो fort था वो top hill में प्रेजेंट था, तो इसलिए फॉर प्रॉपर विजिलेंस एंड केयरफुल वॉच के लिए वो बैशियंस बनाए गए थे. What difference would be there if you were to look from a straight flat wall or a bastions at a height? How would the soldiers find peeping from the holes in the bastions useful while attacking? Again, वो क्यों, what is better, thick wall या फिर bastion? Obviously bastions, at that time bastions were more good than that thick walls. Why? Because for again, for the better safety and for careful watch, for the proper vigilance, और जो view है वहाँ पे, because that fort is at height, top view जो है, large area we can see from that hole. Now, what did we find inside the fort? Now they are heading inside the fort. What else they have seen? There is Selja. I wondered how old this fort would be. Now she is wondering कि ये fort कितना पुराना होगा और ये किसने बनाया है. Do you think the king built the fort so that he could live here? कि ये राजा ने बनाया और ये यहाँ पे रहते थे. Kalyani, it was written outside that Qutub Shahi Sultan ruled here one after another from 1518 to 1687. Now, जो कुतुब शाही सुल्तान है उन्होंने ये फोर्ट बनाया. Now the question arise, who built गोलकोंडा फोर्ट? The answer will be कुतुब शाही सुल्तान. तो उनकी जो जनरेशन थी, एक जनरेशन से दूसरी जनरेशन ने यहाँ पे रूल किया था from 1518 to 1687. Now, Didi, much before that, in 1200, this fort was made of mud and different rulers lived here. Now, she is saying, उससे पहले 1200 एयर से पहले ये फोर्ट मड का बना हुआ था. मड मीन्स जो गीली मिट्टी होती है उससे ये फोर्ट बना हुआ था और यहाँ पे काफ़ी रूलर्स रहते थे. शैलजा, ओ लुक, दिस बोर्ड हैज़ अ मैप ऑफ द फोर्ट. नाउ दे आर लुकिंग एट द फोर्ट मैप. वट इज they are seeing? Let's go through it. Sridhar, this map shows so many gardens, fields and factories. See, there are many places also inside the fort. Now, the fort is fully covered with what? Gardens, field and factories. Means it was a complete town. That fort was a complete town. All the facilities were provided. There was garden, field, factories and etc. Shalja, that means that not only the Sultan but many other peoples like farmers and workers must also have been living here. Now Shalja is saying कि सुल्तान जो रूलर जो किंग थे उनके अलावा यहाँ पे काफ़ी वर्कर्स और फार्मर्स रहते थे जो कि अपनी खेती और जो पूरा काम करते थे. राइट. कल्याणी, इट मस्ट हैव बीन अ कंप्लीट टाउन. Now she is saying that it seems that this fort is not a fort. It means a complete nagar जो होता है, complete town है. Now heading towards the next, the Sultan place. Now they are heading towards the stairs. Then the stairs seems to go and on. Shalja, even in those days they used to have building with 2 floors. Now she is shocked again that even at that time, right, there was a floors थे वहाँ पे. राइट. they were building with the 2 floors. Right. Kalyani, now the building is in ruin. Now what is the meaning of ruin? Means something getting destroyed. Now the complete building is getting destroyed. But one can imagine that earlier there were many big halls and room there. उस टाइम पे काफ़ी big halls, rooms थे. Right. Sridhar, look at this beautiful carving on the wall. It is so fine. Now they are looking into the walls. They have seen that the wall is beautifully carved. Now what is the meaning of carving? Carving means जो हिंदी में we call it नक्काशी जो की होती है, fine, बिल्कुल महीन काम, that is called carving. Right. Kalyani, it also saw something like a fountain on the roof, on one of the roof. Now they are also seeing there is a fountain, carvings are done in the walls. Right. Didi, yes, there were many big tanks and fountains here. They used to be full of water. Now there is many. Didi is telling them there are many tanks and fountain as well. Now the question is how the water comes out of the fountain. Now they used to keep a reservoir. Now what is reservoir? Reservoir means they used to store and use that water for later on purpose. तो रिजर्व करके वो पानी रखते थे और फिर फाउंटेन से वो पानी आता था, right? How would the fountain, now again we will go through the questions, think and discuss. How would the fountain have worked? फाउंटेन कैसे वर्क किया? ऑब्वियसली जो रिजर्वॉयर्स थे उससे फाउंटेन वर्क करता था, राइट? What arrangement would have been made in the building for air and light? Now the question arise, उस टाइम पे एयर और लाइट के लिए क्या अरेंजमेंट था, कैसे बिल्डिंग में लाइट आती थी? ऑब्वियसली वेंटिलेशन, जो टॉप पार्ट है वॉल का वहाँ पे विंडोज थी छोटी छोटी फॉर वेंटिलेशन, सो दैट एयर कैन कम इन एंड गो आउट, राइट? Look carefully at the picture of the beautiful carving. So look at the picture, page number 89, right hand side on the wall. What kind of tools would have been used for such fine carving? Now carving पता है हाथ से जो स्टोन में हम स्टोन या वॉल्स में फाइन काम होता है, राइट? सो कार्विंग के लिए क्या टूल्स इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स यूज हुए थे उस टाइम पे? हैमर एंड चिसल. नाउ व्हाट इज चेसल? जो चेसल होता है वो शार्प कटिंग एजेस ऑफ ब्लेड होती हैं उसकी एंड में, और इट इज़ यूज टू मेक डिज़ाइंस, ब्यूटीफुल कार्विंग्स जो वॉल्स में होती हैं या फिर स्टोन्स में या फिर वुड पे, दैट इज कॉल्ड कार्विंग, right? Now heading towards the next page, that is page number 90. Now where is east and west? As you all know that the sun rises in the east. Suppose we are facing towards the east, right? So our left hand will be the direction of north and our right hand will be the direction of south, and our back part that is opposite to the north will be west. I hope you all would have understood about the Golconda Fort. We will continue this chapter in our next class. Thank you.